Sit towards the front edge of the chair with your sitting bones resting comfortably on the seat, your feet resting on the earth. Spine rising naturally towards the sky. We'll begin by taking one foot on the opposite thigh and rubbing the sole with the hand. Noticing the sensations of the palm and the foot touching, the friction between them. Invite the rest of your body to begin to relax. And let yourself be fully curious about the sensation developing between the palm and the sole of the foot. Become aware of your breath. Just noticing the way your breath is entering and exiting your body. And then release the rubbing, noticing any sensations, residual sensations in the palm and the foot, having activated these very nerve-ending rich areas. And we're going to trace the meridians associated with the winter season through our body first, the energy pathways through which energy moves more strongly at this part of the year. Starting with the kidney meridian, which starts at the sole of the foot, which is why we began with the activation. So the first point on the kidney meridian is right in the center behind the ball of the foot. So if you take all your toes and you scrunch them up, there's a little indentation that forms just behind where all the joints for the toes are. And so taking either your thumbs or maybe your knuckles and beginning to massage this point. It's got a beautiful name. It's called Bubbling Spring. It's a spirit point through which energy can enter and leave the body. So like water bubbling up through a clear mountain spring, we can receive energy from the earth in particular into our body. So giving this point a gentle massage, like clearing leaves from a mountain spring, so the flow of the water can be clear and smooth. The intention being not to force or push our energy in any way, but to care for ourselves, just like we would care for the health of the mountain spring. And then continuing to trace the kidney meridian up to the inside of the foot to just behind the inner ankle. The meridian here makes a little loop before continuing up the inside of the lower leg to the side of the knee, and then up the inner thigh where it connects to a point in the center of the pelvic floor. And from there, it continues just a tiny bit off to the same side as the leg, straight up towards the diaphragm, deviating a little bit towards the shoulder before turning up again and continuing to just below the collarbone. So the final point on the external branch of the kidney meridian is just below the collarbone, maybe 2.5 finger widths from the center of the body. So we're again going to massage here the exit point of the kidney meridian with that same intention of clearing the flow, this time like clearing the leaves from a drain so the water can run into the drain smoothly so it doesn't build up anywhere, making a bog. A balanced energy flow in our body is like balanced water flow. So the water isn't pooling anywhere, or the energy isn't pooling anywhere. We like it to flow smoothly into the body and out of the body and through the body, circulating. And releasing the hand back on your thighs, noticing for a moment if you feel any differences between the two sides of the body, the one where we traced the meridian and where we didn't. And then bringing the second foot up onto the thigh and beginning again with rubbing the sole of the foot. Finding the appropriate level of effort, the appropriate pressure between your palm and your foot. Maybe making adjustments as your arm might begin to get tired. Adjusting the speed, adjusting the pressure. Noticing whether the breath changes to help you. And tuning into the sensations that may be developing in the palm, in the foot, or in other areas of the body. And then releasing, again tuning for a moment to any residual sensations of energy, maybe tingling or warmth in the palm and the sole of the foot. And then finding, again, bubbling spring, kidney one point on the opposite foot, scrunching the toes, finding the point in the center of the ball of the foot, just behind where all the joints of the toes are. And taking your thumbs or your knuckle to open this spirit point. listening to the breath. If your mind gets distracted, gently refocus it by bringing it to the sensations of the massage. And then tracing the kidney meridian on this foot. So again, it comes to the inner edge of the foot, behind the ankle bone, where it makes a little loop, then continues up the inner leg to the inner side of the knee, up the inner thigh, and then through the point in the center of the pelvic floor, and continuing up through the center of the body, just a little off the edge to the diaphragm. From there towards the shoulder for a little bit, and then turning up, straight up to just below the collarbone, where we find the last point on the external branch of the kidney meridian. And we're going to massage here as before. 2 to 3 finger widths from the center line of the body. Noticing if there are any different sensations on this side of the body than the first. Maybe tenderness. If you do encounter tenderness, can you meet it with your own tenderness? Listening to the response of the body as you offer this care to yourself, to your energy. And releasing the hand down, noticing how you feel for a moment. Maybe something changed regarding the relationship of your feet and the earth, or maybe not. All experiences are valid. And then we're going to come to the bladder meridian, which begins on the inner edge of the eye. So taking your fingers, if you're comfortable with this, to the inner edge of the eye, and making very, very gentle circles here. If you're not comfortable bringing your fingers so close to the eyes, you can come to the inner edges of the eyebrows. This is the second point on the bladder meridian. And you can circle and massage here. Wherever you are comfortable, opening the entry point of the urinary bladder meridian. If you had been working with the point at the inner corners of the eyes, let's all meet and move up to the inner edge of the eyebrow. So give this second point a little massage as well. We're going to continue to trace the bladder meridian now with gentle tapping. So tapping towards the crown of the head, over the back of the head, down the back of the neck on either side of the spine to where the cervical spine meets the thoracic spine. Here the bladder meridian branches and splits into two branches on each side of the spine that run parallel either side of the spine. So tracing those branches down. And they continue to run over the center of the buttocks and then down the backs of the legs. So continuing to trace down the backs of the legs, coming to the sides of the feet, and then ending at the edge, outer edge of the baby toenail. So taking one finger and tapping here at the outer edge of the baby toenail. And that is the exit point of the bladder meridian. And from here, we will trace both of these pathways with stroking movements, connecting the energy flow between them. So inhaling, we're going to stroke up the inner legs, stroking up the front of the body, the kidney meridian. Exhaling, coming to the bladder meridian, stroking down over the back of the head, sides of the spine, backs of the legs, ending at the baby toe. So again, inhaling, bringing the energy up through the kidney meridian. Exhaling, releasing the energy through the bladder meridian. We'll do 3 more like this. Drawing clear energy in through the kidney channel and releasing energy that you no longer need through the bladder channel back to the earth. Then returning back to our neutral posture and noticing the sensations around the body. Connection of the feet to the earth, the sitting bones to the seat of the chair. The crown to the sky, the breath, and all the various sensations around the body. From here, we will focus on awakening the energy in the center of the body. So taking either the palms of your hands to the back, to the lower back, and massaging here, or making soft fists, as if you could hold baby birds in your fists without hurting them, and circling and massaging here at the lower back. Tuning again to the appropriate effort level. So not moving too fast, not too slow, pressure not too firm, not too light. And listening to the guidance of the body as we grow our skill with energy through Qigong practice. We also grow our skill to hear the guidance of the body and to respond to the guidance of the body. In other words, the body begins to guide us in a way that feels much more clear towards what is supportive. And releasing the hands, bringing them to the front of the body and circling here. The direction is your choice. Again, let your body choose. If you have eaten recently, you might choose to circle in the direction of your digestion, of the movement of the food through the intestines. So that would be up the right side, down the left side. Otherwise, as before, listening to the body, letting the body choose without getting in its way. So here we are activating the energy in the center of the body. And part that in Qigong we call the dantian or the lower dantian. And by rubbing in the lower back, we activated this area from the back, and now we are activating it through the front of the body. And letting the hands come to rest on your lower belly. Connect more deeply to this energy center, to the dantian. So first noticing what it is that you feel in your lower belly, if anything. If you're not used to this kind of practice, you may not feel any connection to your lower belly, and that's okay. As you continue with practice, typically you will begin to grow awareness in this part of the body, in this part of your energy. If you can imagine where there is a center point between your belly button and your low back, the center of your pelvis. And invite the breath to drop to this point, settling right there in the center of your belly, the center of the dantian, so that you almost begin to feel like you're inhaling and exhaling directly out of the center of the dantian, the center of the belly. And feeling a gentle expansion of the belly in all directions as you inhale. And a gentle contraction or relaxing back in of the whole belly from all directions as you exhale. You can close your eyes for this part of the practice to help you connect more deeply. Or you can keep your eyes softly open. If visualization helps you, you might imagine a point of light or a candle in the center of the dantian. And as you inhale, imagine the flame of the candle getting stronger so its light reaches further until the whole dantian is illuminated at the top of the inhalation. And then exhaling, imagine the candle flame or the light getting dimmer. So the light seems to return back to the center of the dantian, the center point. Check in with your shoulders, see if any tension has crept in there. Invite any tension you find to release. And we're going to grow this little light further out. So releasing the arms down by the sides. Inhaling, we're going to let the arms lift. Exhaling, lowering the arms down. But our intention here is to allow the energy as we inhale to expand through the dantian and through the rest of the whole body. Exhaling, allowing the energy to return back to the center of the dantian. Inhaling energy expanding through the dantian, through the rest of the body, all the way to the fingertips, the crown, the toes. Exhaling energy, returning back to the source at the center of the dantian. If you're working with the visualization, you could imagine the flame of the candle as you inhale, illuminating the whole dantian and then continuing to expand all the way to the outer edges of your body before returning back to the center, dimming back down. Your whole body illuminated at the top of the inhalation, exhaling, the light only present at the center of the dantian again. Move to the third and last stage of this practice, letting the arms be loose by the sides. As we inhale, the dantian expands, the body expands even though it's not moving, and the energy field around us expands. And as we exhale, everything relaxes back into the center of the dantian. You're working with the visualization. The candle flame now illuminates the dantian, the whole body, and the space around the body at the top of the inhalation. And then the light dims again as you exhale, returning back to the point at the center of the dantian. Check in with your effort level here as well. Finding an effort level that is appropriate, not forcing, but being fully engaged with the practice in body, in mind, in heart, in your energy, without straining and over-efforting. And releasing the practice and any visualization from your being. And coming back to our neutral posture. And checking in with how you feel. What are the sensations around the body now? How is your breath? Your heart, your mind, relationship with the earth through the soles of the feet, relationship to the sky through the crown of the head. How is your awareness of the whole space of you inside your physical body and the energetic space around you. We will bring some movement now to move this energy we have activated in our body. So taking the feet a little bit wider and come to a practice of separating clouds. So the arms will cross at the wrists without touching. Arms will lift towards the sky. Here the palms will turn away from each other and the arms descend back down to where we started. This practice is called separating clouds. Clouds having the quality of water that is very soft, very in its most expanded state of vapor or steam. Can you inhabit this light, soft, expanded quality of water, water that is rising towards the sky? Can you feel these qualities within your body? Water in traditional Chinese medicine and the 5-element theory is the element that is associated with the winter season. So the forms we are practicing today invite us to connect to the various qualities of water and feel them within our own body. An invitation to allow your eyes to follow the movement of the hands. So as the arms cross, your eyes follow the arms lifting towards the sky, and as the arms descend, keeping the palms in your peripheral vision. And connecting with the palms again through your gaze as they cross at the bottom. This begins to gently invite the spine into the movement. Invite more of you into the experience of this form. If you have the flexibility and you would like to go a little deeper, you can come into a gentle forward fold. As the palms come together and the arms cross at the wrists, folding gently forward. Letting your feet gently press into the earth to help you rise with the clouds towards the sky. Being curious about the breath and the movement and how they might be flowing together or separately for you today. Where is it natural for you to breathe in and breathe out? After the next cycle, we'll release the form from the body. And we'll open the sides of the body. So taking one arm to just in front of the belly, the other one overhead. We're going to side bend to one side. And the two arms will exchange as we come back to center and side bending to the other side. It's a variation on a form called circling sparrows. Again, inviting curiosity about which part of the movement you feel inclined to breathe in on. Which part of the movement you feel inclined to breathe out on. Adjusting the range of movement to fit your needs. So your own expression of this form may look very different from mine. You might just come to a small bend and your arms might not raise as high if there are any limitations in the shoulders. And your comfort is of the utmost importance. Comes before my instruction. And we'll do one more to each side. And then release this form from the body. Coming back to center, bringing the feet a little bit closer together. Maybe readjusting your seat. And feeling the sensations in your body, your mind, your heart. And continue to connect with water through the next few forms. So taking the palms and imagining that you are sitting in a lake and your palms are resting on the surface of the lake while your feet are resting on the lake's bottom. So feeling the support of the earth through the soles of the feet, through the bottom of the lake. Feeling the support of the water through the palms of your hands. Inviting you to relax even more. You don't have to hold yourself up as much anymore. The earth is supporting you, the water is supporting you. A still lake. Feeling the qualities of the still lake within you. We're going to begin to gently take our palms to one side and then the other, as if drawing circles on the surface of the lake, circles on the water. Feeling the sensations or imagining the sensations of your palms connecting to liquid water. And connecting with the qualities of liquid water, the liquid softness, the fluidity. Letting those qualities be expressed through your movement, through your breath. If you feel it's appropriate for you today, maybe inviting the circles to grow a little bit bigger. And again, following the path of the hands with your eyes, noticing how bringing your eyes into the movement can actually extend your range of movement. So you might find that you are reaching almost all the way behind you to either side. But remaining within appropriate effort level for you. And that includes the range of movement, working at generally about 2/3 of your effort level, 2/3 of your range of movement. Might also feel gentle stimulation of your kidneys as you move from side to side. And one kidney gets gently squeezed, gently massaged, and then released, while the other one gets gently squeezed and massaged. This is very therapeutic for the kidney organ, helping it to function more optimally. And after the next circle, returning back to stillness with the palms resting on the surface of the lake. Noticing any sensations in the palms, the soles of the feet, anywhere around the body, maybe the kidneys themselves in the lower back. And checking again with that feeling of receiving support from the earth and the water. We'll let the visualization change a little bit now. So imagine yourself, I'm just going to turn to the side for the next one to show you. Imagine you are now sitting in the ocean and the waves are coming. So the wave gently pushes you forward, arms will come back. And then the wave gently pushes you back. The arms will come forward to counterbalance. As the wave comes towards the shore, pushing you forward, as the wave returns back to the ocean, it gently pushes you back. The movement here originates from the center of the pelvis. So that same place, the center point of your dantian, a place where we worked with the candle flame growing brighter and dimmer. That is the origin of this wave-like movement, which then propagates through the rest of your body. So the wave originates in the center of the pelvis, but can be felt all the way down the legs to the ankles, the toes, and from the center of the pelvis all the way up the spine, the The shoulders, the arms, the neck, the skull, the whole body joining in on being gently rocked back and forth by the ocean waves. At an effort level that is appropriate for you today. And this movement awakens our connection to our deepest energy resources, our deepest waters in the body, which are housed in the kidneys. Let the breath flow with the movement flow with the breath. The movement and the breath flow with the waves, all moving harmoniously together. When you feel complete with this movement, coming back once more to stillness, with palms resting on the surface of water, still lake, feet rooted to the earth, crown rising to the sky. And we'll do one more form of water to connect with the changing phases of the water. So we're going to invite the arms, the palms to rise, imagining water evaporating, changing phase. So liquid water changing phase to steam and rising to form clouds. We're going to turn the palms towards the body and imagine rain washing the front of the body. Before becoming vapor again and rising. It's called mist rising and rain falling. As the rain falls, you can remain upright or you can continue the washing down the legs as far as you can reach. Then allowing the mist to rise again, perhaps as you inhale and as you exhale, inviting the rain to wash the front of your body. A mist rising again. This time the palms will turn to face the sides of the body. Gentle rain washing the sides of the body, either just here or continuing to wash down the sides of the legs as far as you can reach. Mist rising, changing phase, rain washing the sides of the body. An active form of water. Water becoming mist from liquid, water turning back into liquid and flowing down back to the earth. Liquid water becoming vapor. And this time, palms face the back of the body. Rain washing the back of the body, if you wish, including the backs of the legs. Mist rising Gentle rain washing down the back body, washing away anything that you don't need right now. And last time, rain washing away what you don't need. As you complete, coming back to the center, we're going to take the palms to face the sky. We're going to regulate the chi for a moment. So lifting the palms up towards the heart, turning the palms over and lowering the palms back to in front of the belly. Let the movement follow your breath. So at whatever pace you are breathing is the pace at which the palms are rising and lowering. Inhaling up towards the heart, exhaling down towards the dantian. Regulating the chi after the last form, which was more active. So allowing the chi in the body, the energy to regulate back down. As your breath settles, the movement settles. As the breath slows back down, the movement slows back down. Our last form is called tidal waves, and it begins the same way as regulating the chi. Inhaling, the tide swells. Exhaling, the tide melts back into the ocean. Inhaling, the tide begins to swell. This time, as the palms turn over, they will come out, straight out, as water washes onto the beach. Exhaling, water washes back down the beach, and the tide returns to the ocean. I'll show this from the side. Inhaling, tide begins to swell. Exhaling, tide settles back down. Inhaling, tide begins to swell. The water spills onto the beach as you exhale. And inhaling, the water flows down the beach. Exhaling, tide settles. Like this, continue at your own pace. The movement following the breath. So your movement moves at a pace that your breath is flowing at. And as before, the visualization moves at the same pace. Visualizing the ocean swelling and dissolving. The ocean swelling, water spilling over the beach. Water's receding back and returning to the source that they came from. Hands and arms soft like water, yet originating from the strength in your center, in your dantian. Last cycle. At the end of which, returning back to neutral posture. Palms on the thighs or palms on the dantian. Let them come to wherever they wish. Notice and sense how you feel. Taking note of your body, your breath, your energy, the quality of your mind, in connection with the earth, the sky, and the space all around you. And we'll close the practice down with some self-massage. So taking the hands to the lower back again, to the kidneys. We're going to tap down the backs of the legs, backs and outer sides of the legs. And then tap up the inner thighs, or the inner legs, the inner thighs, up the front of the body, down one arm, the inner arm, up the outer arm, across the collarbone, down the other inner arm, up the outer arm, coming to the neck, and then gently over the face, over the top of the head, back of the shoulders, along the sides of the spine, back to the kidneys. 2 more circuits like this with tapping. This helps distribute the energy evenly throughout the body, particularly the deepest tissues of the body, the bones. So that if there's any tension that has accumulated somewhere or energy that has accumulated as we've been practicing, we can help distribute it and smooth out its flow. And 1 more circuit with tapping. And breathing just normally and naturally as you do this. The next time you arrive at the kidneys, taking the palms on the kidneys, and we're going to do the same circuit 3 times, so stroking the body. So stroking down the backs of the legs, up the inner legs, up the front of the body, stroking down the inner arm, up the outer arm, continuing to the other arm, over the face, over the head, down the sides of the spine, twice more. This accesses the middle layers of the body, so the soft tissues, the muscles and the connective tissue. It helps distribute the energy evenly through those tissues. And then next time you come to the kidneys, taking the hands off the body, just hovering off the body. Same circuit 3 times. The hands not touching the body, but hovering a few inches or some centimeters away from the body. This accesses the outermost parts of the body, the skin and the energy field immediately outside the body. We're smoothing and distributing the energy evenly through this outermost layer of our being. When you arrive at the kidneys, bringing the palms around back to the low dantian and placing the palms touching the lower belly, connecting for the last time in this practice with your energy center, with your low dantian. Allowing the energy we cultivated through our Qigong practice to settle and be stored here.